Team Fortress 2 is a class-based hero shooter made by Valve in 2007 before that was even a genre, but it has had a loyal following even though there's no updates in 8 years aside from simple cosmetic. Yeah, I'm not gonna insult your intelligence by plagiarizing the same lore dump about how we get no updates and how Heavy was robbed and Dick teased about getting an update. If you're watching a largely TF2 based channel with less than 1,000 subscribers, hey, fix that. You've seen other videos, and you want new ideas, and you're appreciated. We've had a miracle this year with the bots being banned. I wasn't sure it'd happen. You can ask my subscribers. I really didn't know if it fucking happened. Then, this 2024 summer update was pretty fucking good. We got some good shit, even if none of it's really reinventing the wheel. We also got the final comic confirmed, which, yeah, I don't think anybody was holding out on that one, man. With that chain lightning of good shit, let's call for some thunder. Or at least have fun thinking about what if. What if we got that Heavy update that we've all wanted so badly? At least us with souls. What if Valve gave us the ultimate apology? Be it for remorse and a buried axe, or more realistically, the smartest PR move they can make right now. At least, with Deadlock not even out yet. Hell, honestly, anything could happen right now. The Heavy's alternate playstyles require some, creativity to use. And there's a crazy stigma that he's not fun to play. That little fella Uncle Dane showed everybody the groundbreaking idea of using a shotgun and not being a pure fat scout at the same time. It's crazy, I know. Albeit he uses the baby man's Twinkie Slav, you know, that movement heavy or whatever y'all calling it. I commend his ancient Slavic wisdom he's uncovered, but it's merely an imitation of our ways. The true rotation includes melee.
The male fantasy?
It's just screaming, "Bad stride to them, crush." I don't see why people don't realize how savage and brutal his melee weapon can be. Especially Warrior Spirit if you don't keep it out while slowly approaching enemies. The big man can deal some fucking damage, and by taking advantage of positioning like a good heavy main, you know, that thing everyone talks about, he can have some absolutely no trouble meleeing any class to death with his superior strength. But that's a bit more of a mythos. A cultural ideal. The axe of a paragon. These slots could be worked on. Big man's big guns. Let's look at them. Nice. Now Heavy's primaries are great. I love the big fucking gun. But fuck, do they really feel the same sometimes? These days, the hive mind uses the Sniper's XL SMG, that is the Tomislav. Mostly just that, sometimes a stock minigun. Isn't that a shame? His weapon that a couple of the baby classes could hold in their hands is his most used weapon. If you ask me, video games are at their best when the thematics and the lore weave together to depict a visual that expresses something the team had in their heads as their idea, their vision for the whole game coming together. This man opting for the most dainty shit possible most of the time is pathetic. Now, I've seen some Brass Beast players rise up over the years. I've streamed this game. I love seeing it. I've only said good things about the heavy skill in the game, but it could use some buffs. Maybe. Fair warning for this video, I'm gonna throw a lot of ideas out there. I'm just gonna throw them. And you might catch them, you might drop them, you might throw them right back in my face. This is just ideas, okay? I'd make the move speed a bit faster. I like the sense of weight, but nobody's ever complained about a revved up Heavy being impossible to outrun. And any bit of speed added, whether it be just a tiny, slight amount, really could make us playing Heavy feel faster, while effectively, you're still not gonna chase anyone down with the damn thing, alright? I'd take that 20% damage resistance when revved up below half health, and throw it on when revved up, period. And doubled when revved up below half health. This new reforged Heavy with a vaccinator medic on his side and some candy in his digestive system would be a menace, though I wouldn't call it overpowered. It would be a perfect counter for a sniper bot in the open though. That's a perfect breaking glass resort if that bullshit ever happens again. Yeah, that fucker is not balanced. Those defensive buffs would go great on the Natasha. She's also got the slower spin up speed, though not movement speed, which gives her a similar flair of being tanky and huge. But that gun's got less damage unless you count the magical knee firing arrows debuffing their speed. Maybe that weight is because of the extra ammo that should be present in the game design. There's a whole extra belt on the goddamn gun. Let's use it. Lastly, I'd give it some kind of visual distinction. We can't war paint her, then why not, pull a horde and add some spikes all over? It's the same thing. If you ask me and it wasn't too late, just replace the design with the Iron Curtain. I don't know why the similar gun is really different, but the really different gun is the same. I don't know. It's war paintable anyway, so there's no excuse. Now the Huel Long Heater is just a mess. I had fun with it, and little mini arcs that I've played it, but it needs a hug, a big, tight hug, a bigger, tighter packed ring of flames so it actually does its job. Spies could dick through the flames. This weapon was not well thought out in execution, and the ammo drains way too fast. Just fix the fire. It'd probably be pretty good then, with a little bit of less ammo used. Okay, so you know what's cool? Big motherfuckers in the frozen land smiting smaller motherfuckers with lightning. We all know the trope, come on now. You know what this game needs? Smiting smaller motherfuckers with lightning. We already have shocky energy type weapons in the game that use no ammo, but need to pause after a while to cool down. Yeah, just take the heat mechanics from Fallout 4 and adapt it into a zap cannon that blesses warriors who have perfected their positioning skills. Call it Perun or Grom, make it have that weight the Brass Beast has, and maybe just some of the amount of bullet penetration like the ever-present Chain Lightning trope, huh? God damn, I'd actually use the yellow tiger buff war paint if they added that. Name it Raikou and everything, oh yeah. Yeah, that weight and heat would be a big downside, but god damn! Tell me you wouldn't use that. Tell me you wouldn't at least try it out. A nice balanced lightning minigun, like a monkey from Bad Game has. The Bad Game! The second slot is overlooked by many. I mean, until recently. Look, this script has been in the oven for a long time, okay? Let's hope it's not burned. I'm glad people are seeing the value in Heavy having more than one fucking thing to do. I love maining Heavy, but I could not if I only saw value in his minigun. I guess that's where the whole Heavy is boring thing comes from. Standard shotgun is reliable to people who play other classes. Family business is very fun. That's mine. I've seen one person ever use a panic attack. That is definitely one of the weapons of all time. I don't know what to do to buff that thing, but just one of those numbers, you just gotta spin a roulette on it, alright? Change it up. One thing about the Heavy is he is the heavy weapons guy. Weapons, like that word is a plural. Aesthetically, first they could all be made about 5 to 10% larger, I think. They look fucking ridiculous on him. He's just kinda with the little weapons, you know, give him a bigger shotgun. He deserves it. While we're talking about size, let's compare some things. The guy between these two, who can push other players as a mechanic, makes absolutely no fucking sense. All firing as a Heavy with any secondary should always be a shove. Slight damage, distance, a stun, I don't care, it makes it worth right clicking, just make it cool as fuck, add it. I mean, even if it's just copy, paste for now, like, why not? Just tell me a reason why not. Tell me one reason why not. Mikhail could easily have another button to press and functions for the team that serves gameplay and thematics of his design, and honestly, Again, even if it was just a short stop effect, copy paste in the code, I'd be happy enough for now. I'm sure the potted plant, you know, the dead dog in the corner of Valve's office, he could do it. I mean, the guy who rang the doorbell when they submitted the little book of signatures, I'm sure he could do that. I'm sure he could just, his little job for the day, add the shortstop to Heavy's shotguns. I mean, why not, man? Melee is a weird one. Get good and get close, and you're feeling like John Cena in the PG Super Cena era. It's situational, and it still qualifies me as a weirdo for being so fixated on heavy melee gaming, but no more. Most cookie cutter builds have you pulling out some life-draining weapon to run faster. This has some potential. I think Heavy should, with no consequences other than not having a gun out when you do, have a small but nice movement speed increase when any melee is out. Yeah, no, I'm saying when he has a melee out, he should be about soldier speed. Now, I think it'd fit his image well. I think it'd make the gameplay more fun and thematic. A 5% movement buff, or whatever, when fisting, would be one of those things encouraging the gameplay he's made for, and make respawning less of a pain. Like, the respawn going away speed, that's something that really drives people away from playing him. I don't think Heavy being as fast as a soldier that can't rocket jump or bring his kink to work with him when he's feeling punchy is overpowered. People have argued with me about this. This is one that I'm very strongly about. Very solid about this one. The stock fists are okay. That speed buff I talked about would make them better for sure. I could feel confident suggesting a tad more damage baseline for all Heavy's melee, like going from 65 to 70, which kills Soldier faster than most classes with 3 hits than 4. Or alternatively, KGB is the only melee our boy has that is meant to get kills and is simultaneously not seen as a joke by most. I don't think it needs any changes beyond the universal ones. For now. The eviction notice. You ever notice that this man hits lighter, faster punches with a metal weapon in his hands? This shit is so dumb. Can we just swap the effects with the KGB? So, to be clear, now the brass knuckles, upon killing an adult human male with them, or whatever pyro is, makes you rampage for 5 seconds of pure bloodlust, savagely beating opponent's cranial structure to dust with slower and more menacing strikes coated in metal. I like that a lot. Whereas, both boxing gloves will make you faster and drain health. Softer hits with gloves on, makes sense to me. I never use Fist of Steel, but people like them and I won't change them. Yep. Maybe an MVM change so you could kill people in MVM a little better. Gloves are running urgently. Yeah, I haven't used these since I was like a tiny little teenager who only played Viaduct because I assumed it was set in Russia. I can't find a single thing confirming or denying this, so that's kind of sick. Anyway, I'd maybe change the movement speed in accordance with the new default, but I'd also give it a slight damage nerf and punch speed increase. Now boxing gloves, they kind of make sense. What's that? Lunch? Food? You still hungry after letting me cook earlier? I said second slot, and then I said melee slot for a reason. You're fooled. Bamboozled. The third slot is Lunchbox. Lunchbox and secondary weapons should get a divorce.
My wife recently left me.
I know we all fear a 50 health overhealed fat scout that cannot put the chocolate bar down with a godlike kill streak, but it's not real and it can't hurt you yet. Some easy features. First of all, put some war paint on the wrappers of his fish cake and the locust bar. Add some new styles for what his sandwich he's eating, you know? And how rare or not the steak is. Maybe make it a style, maybe a reskin. I don't care. I don't care at all. We love customization. Our wallets show it, even if you are going to tell me, I actually don't spend on cosmetic. Everybody does. Maybe you don't. I don't care. You're not special. As for balance, do fucking something with that steak. Like, remove the damage vulnerability since you're already making yourself more vulnerable by design. Okay, King, we don't judge your vulnerability. The main, more filling menu options are pretty balanced right now. I don't use sandwich or banana, and people hate me for it. That's not it though. I called it Lunchbox and not food for a reason. I have 2 new ideas for you, even after the stupid beat I made up while writing the final script. First off, I see a lot of talks about giving our tank a shield. My idea, that should have a traditional reskin or two, is a literal lunchbox. A large, old-school, kitschy Americana lunchbox like Batista would collect, that, after very slowly being eaten, could be opened up and held in his hand as a riot shield. There's a lot of ways to feed this cat, and I have no clue what kind of shield I'd like it to be, if I'm completely honest with you. Demo Man style damage resistance, but only while deployed? I mean, maybe not. We already have the Fist of Steel. An extra bar of health to get through like in other games? A little window space where damage is ignored? I could not tell you, man. No fucking clue. Just give it a slightly faster Juggernaut style charge. Oh, and ammo packs, dispensers, or restock cabinets could give you a new filled lunchbox to eat out of, but they would not regenerate with time. Give me your thoughts on this. I actually want opinions. I have not refined this idea, even though I've had it for months. I mean it. Like, seriously, comment what you think. No holds barred. This is the most out there idea yet, but what if we got a new building?
Building is building.
What if our certified protector of the people was just kind of the guy who brings donuts to your workplace? Like, you swear you'll do the same for someone one day and you just totally be on your boss's good side for 5 minutes. I'm saying our main man should have a lunchbox item that over a few seconds places a picnic table with one of every food model scattered on top, some drinks, you know, like the bonk and Demo's poison, and no, Girardi is not a fucking drink, laid out for his friends and frenemies. Maybe a little teddy bear on top to guard it. This could act as a health dispenser for the team, healing everyone fully at the speed of a standard sandwich devourment. But you'd have to be on that bitch. He could finally be the putas he wants to see in the world. This table isn't a masterpiece of engineering, of course, and would have flimsy health and need a dispenser or restock cabinet even to replace. I'm really proud of this idea though, and it encapsulates all his other traits, the reason he became so strong for others, and his humble generosity. That's all my heavy buffs I've thought of for this video. I'd love to hear some opinions, again, like, some of these I've never heard talked about before, especially the shield being a literal lunchbox. After eating it, you just kind of hold out in front of you. I'd kind of like to maybe get a server going with these ideas if you find them worthy. I don't know, I'd need some help. I'm kind of retarded with coding and tech stuff. Yeah, nerf that trophy hunting piece of shit too, like less damage by a little bit, some sight lines, less ammo, you know, I've heard maybe fog up his view when he first starts scoping, so you couldn't quick scope. I think that'd be kind of nice. Yeah, I don't care. Do it. Sniper is the least fun part of the game. So this update that exists as a fun community thought experiment would need a key feature to go with all the workshop stuff I'm about to barrage you with. And that's a 4th cosmetic slot. I want to wear shorts. I don't want the contractor on my ass. I want to wear some shorts with my head cosmetic, my body cosmetic, and my shoulder friend accessory. This would honestly just make them a billion monies and make us happier. I can't see a single reason we shouldn't replace action slot with a universal 4th cosmetic slot. Valve basically needs to skip the number 3 and add 4 slots to cosmetic slots. So that's it. That's my ideal heavy update. Aside from some MVM stuff that I just haven't played enough MVM to really have an opinion on. I've heard around about playing as blue team and attacking the robot headquarters. That could be really fucking fun, because you only see red team versus blue robots, and I don't know, that would make the game feel more complete. I don't know what I'd do with it. I know I'd do something. Obviously more maps, more Australians, like holy shit, warrior spirit. Now you know you need it. I know to my long-term subscribers, I've taken a long time to make this video. I've never made a video essay like this before. It's a bit daunting and intimidating to just make a script and talk to the camera without just being a stupid menace on a stream. Just have it out there with no way to edit it beyond, you know, just try to say everything, get everything out, the right tone, look good for the camera, all that. So that's it. That's the heavy update video. That if you're subscribed, you've been for a while, you all should be. You know, you've probably waited on this a while, and I apologize that the whole making a video essay is kind of new to me. Just making a video from scratch, not a stream highlight or anything. It's new to me, and it was a daunting task that I'm glad I got done. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it was worth it. I hope I brought something new to the table. I mean, I definitely did. Whether it's worth a shit, that's another question. I hope it was. And I hope you guys liked it enough to like the video, at least out of respect for my audacity to say this out there shit. And I hope you find it worth subscribing, because if you like heavy gaming that isn't cookie cutter, that's what we do here. I mean, I'm on an engineer kick recently, but it's mostly heavy gaming. I'll be out. You guys, make sure you have a damn good workout tonight, alright? Today, tonight, tomorrow, if you have to, depending on when you're watching the video.